What is anger? Anger is an emotion. It is a natural response when people perceive something as unfair, threatening, or frustrating. Everyday situations like getting stuck in traffic, waiting in a long line, or spilling a cup of coffee on your clothes can make anyone feel frustrated or upset. Recognizing that anger is a normal emotion is the first step in providing understanding and supportive care rather than judgment.
Welcome to Senior PsychCare's in-service training, supporting residents who respond with anger. In this session, we'll explore the reasons why some residents may react with anger and discover effective, compassionate ways to respond. By learning to recognize their feelings and applying practical strategies, we can help create a safer, more positive environment for everyone. Together, we'll work to ensure our community is a place where every resident feels respected, understood, and valued.
People living in long-term care may express anger in different ways, often as a result of illness, mental health challenges, or the stress of adjusting to a new environment. Sometimes, they may struggle to control their anger, and the underlying cause may not be immediately clear. While anger is an emotional response when a person feels vulnerable or victimized, it can also be projected depression. When a resident has limitations in speech, they are more likely to act out physically. When a resident has physical limitations, they are more likely to act out verbally. As a care provider, you can take proactive steps to manage your own responses and provide care rooted in empathy and compassion. Respect for a resident means treating them with dignity, offering them choices, and providing them with privacy and independence. It involves listening to their concerns and recognizing their preferences for care, routines, and activities. Empathy means trying to understand how another person feels, even if you don't feel the same way. When you show empathy to a resident who is angry, you listen and let them know that their feelings are important. Patience is staying calm, even when someone else is upset or taking a long time to explain their feelings. Being patient helps you respond kindly and avoid making the situation worse.
Anger and agitation can have many causes. These include feeling sad, having trouble controlling impulses, adjusting to new places, or being in pain, hungry, tired, or overstimulated. Problems hearing, seeing, or understanding others can also make communication difficult and lead to frustration. Medical issues, side effects from medicine, or memory problems like dementia can also affect mood and behavior. These challenges can make daily life feel overwhelming. These feelings may get worse if residents feel rushed or sense impatience from staff. Being kind and patient helps residents feel more comfortable. By offering residents experiencing anger understanding and support, you can help them feel safe and cared for. Anger and agitation are signs of emotional distress. Residents in long-term care may be experiencing the worst day of their lives, and it is essential for all providers to acknowledge their distress. Individuals in these settings often face ongoing physical, mental, and psychosocial challenges, which alone can make daily life feel overwhelming. Any changes to their routine, abilities, or environment can intensify this sense of distress, sometimes making it feel unbearable. By offering understanding and support, providers can help a resident feel safe and cared for.
When caring for residents, the language we use can make a big difference in how they feel and how well we connect with them. Judgmental language labels the person with negative terms like aggressive or difficult, and can make it seem like they are to blame for their emotions. This kind of language minimizes their feelings, dehumanizes or stereotypes the resident, and treats their behavior as a problem instead of a way to communicate their needs. Using judgmental language can lead to an increase in frustration and agitation and lead to more aggressive behaviors. Residents may lash out because the care provider made them feel more threatened and upset. Supportive language, on the other hand, focuses on the person as an individual, prioritizes their feelings, and acknowledges their emotions. It avoids blame and negative labels, instead choosing considerate words that help maintain the resident's dignity. Communicating in a calm and respectful manner helps residents feel valued and understood. Using supportive language creates a more respectful and compassionate environment for everyone in the care community. Here are some examples. Instead of saying, "You make too many demands," support the resident by saying, "Thank you for communicating your needs." Instead of asking a resident, "Why are you so impatient?" and telling them that the facility is short-staffed, use supportive language to identify that they are struggling with the wait times and collaborate with them on a solution. Calling a resident non-compliant implies blame. So does asking a resident if they are going to refuse their shower. A more supportive approach would be asking the residents for ideas on making the shower experience more favorable, to avoid resistance to care. Residents are influenced not only by the words you speak, but also by your actions and body language. Many individuals in long-term care have communication disorders or hearing impairments that make verbal communication difficult. However, they are often highly attuned to nonverbal signals. Threatening body language, such as crossed arms, pointing, or clenched fists, can make a resident feel intimidated, embarrassed, or afraid. Invading a resident's personal space or hovering over them may also be perceived as aggressive. Hostile expressions like glaring, rolling your eyes, or staring can further escalate feelings of anger or distress. Negative body language erodes trust, creates a tense atmosphere, and ultimately diminishes the quality of care provided. In contrast, supportive and empathetic body language is crucial when engaging with residents who are angry or upset. Demonstrating an open posture, making appropriate eye contact, and nodding to show you are listening can help residents feel acknowledged and valued. Respecting personal space and using calm, gentle movements help residents feel safe. By conveying empathy and compassion through body language, care providers can help to escalate situations, foster problem-solving, and build trusting relationships. Resident and care provider relationships are not the only relationships that can affect care. The way we communicate to the care team should convey empathy, patience, and compassion. When communicating about a resident to other care providers, whether verbally or in written documentation, it is essential to use compassionate language as well. This approach can ignite culture change, support person-centered care, and serve as a model to other care providers. Clear documentation of a resident's situation, responses, and solutions is key to establishing a collaborative approach system that can prevent angry responses by understanding each resident's history and warning signs, which can directly impact quality of care and a resident's quality of life. Instead of using judgmental language during meetings, report, or documentation, try using supportive language instead. At the heart of person-centered care is understanding the personhood of each resident. Understand who the resident is and make attempts to share that information with the rest of the team. What is their identity? What are their hobbies? What stresses them out? What helps them find meaning? What interventions should be in place to prevent frustration? Always remember that a resident has a right to make complaints and understand that every complaint is important to them. They have a right to participate in their care, and as always they have the right to be free from abuse and neglect.
Let's review. Recognizing and responding to early warning signs of anger can help prevent situations from escalating and reduce the risk of negative outcomes. Residents may show anger by speaking rapidly, loudly, or in a harsh tone. Watch for tense body language, such as a rigid posture, clenched jaw, or pacing in the hallway. Facial expressions like frowning, glaring, or a flushed face are also important indicators. Additionally, signs of agitation, rapid breathing, or abrupt gestures can signal rising anger. By identifying these cues early, care providers can intervene effectively and help to escalate the situation. Tips for prevention. Always take time to listen. Acknowledge their feelings and concerns. Identify and remove triggers. Provide solutions and follow through with what you say. Never lecture or discipline a resident. Respect their rights. Identify patterns. Follow facility policies if you feel threatened or unsafe. Keep all residents safe. Above all, stay calm. Thank you for participating in this in-service brought to you by Senior PsychCare, supporting residents who respond with anger. Remember, people are not their responses. By providing a compassionate approach to care, we can help residents overcome the challenges they face and create an environment where every resident has access to a high quality of life.